I wish that I were coming to you all under better circumstances. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but by better circumstances, I mean only talking about things that are broken in OG, but no. As you all know, recently, I believe it was either late last week or early this week, it was definitely late last week, Tim Sweeney, because of mismanaging money and not knowing how to maintain his company, has resorted to laying off 1,000 employees, going from top to bottom based on who gets paid the most and nothing else. So we lost a lot of really good people, including, I believe, one of the directors for like the last 5 seasons of the OG mode. So really, I'm not as worried about like the state of this game mode. I'm worried about the state of the entirety of the game because like if Epic Games, if Tim doesn't find a way to get his shit together and get this mode or get this entire game back on the road after the absolute absurdity that just happened, I don't know if this game will make it like another couple years or so. Because like once again, as I'm saying, we lost so many people that were so valuable to this team because they fired people exclusively based off of how much they got paid. That's terrible. And I know, I heard that the HR team is responsible for this, but like, that's also kind of on Tim. You hired those people in HR. They didn't, you didn't tell them to run by you who they were getting rid of. You just let them have free will. They didn't do any background checks or anything, bro. That's on you. You needed to get better people for that shit. And now, because of your actions, the game is in a terrible spot that I'm not fully sure we'll be able to recover from. I just hope. I don't know. I hope we are able to recover from it because if not, it's gonna be fucking rough. But anyways, I don't want to talk you guys' ears off of things that you've definitely already heard before. You've probably heard hundreds of other people talking about it already. It's not a topic that should be ignored, but we will just put it on the back burner for now because we have a different thing that we're going over today. What you all came here for, OG. So, in my previous video, where I did everything that will be wrong in Season 7, I made 61 predictions, and I was right about 39 of them, which is a little under 2/3 of me getting things right, which, for those of you that have never watched this before, is the lowest amount of percentage that I have gotten right on any of these videos ever. Which, I mean, massive breakthrough. Huge success on part of the OG team for that shit. Because, like, I'm not even gonna, like, do any bullshit, like, talking down. They fixed a lot of things this update. Then again, I don't really know how many of them are even still on payroll anymore, but that doesn't change the fact that this season, they did a pretty damn good job of keeping things in check. But, as per usual with this mode, not everything is fixed. So we're going to be going over that, per usual, that I do with these videos, going over things that are currently wrong, then we're going to go over the patch notes for the next season, and then we're going to go over my predictions for things that will be wrong. And I know that as of recording this, there's about 2 days until the new season drops, so, you know, really pushing it to the limit this time. Usually I get these about, like, a week before the season drops, but I don't know. I guess I was feeling lazy. But enough of that. I think that we're good to go if this works. Yeah, I think it did work. Hopefully it did. I found a new OBS shortcut where I could just undo my camera positioning, but that's not really important here. What's important here is what we're looking at right now. The tab of things currently wrong in OG. Now you may notice at the top right here there is a new tab right here that I've never had in any of these videos before. It is the number of confirmed 100% accurate items. These are things that I know absolutely for certain, no doubt about it, that they are 100% accurate to how they were. And there are 8 total items that have ever been added to OG that are 100% accurate, in their current state at least. Those are the tactical shotgun, the dual pistols, the hunting rifle, sneaky snowman, chiller grenade, ATK, snowball launcher, and boombox. 2 of these things may be vaulted, but 8 100% confirmed accurate items, that is the most amount of items that are 100% accurate that we have ever had in this mode. Literally ever. Which is honestly a little bit sad to say out loud, but it's quite an accomplishment, to be honest with you. Like, this, compared to what we've had in the past, this looks incredible. But let's go ahead and move on from this, get to the things that are actually wrong now. Starting with the assault rifle category, with the low tier AR, its recoil is too high, the ADS is too zoomed in, it has the incorrect bullet tracers, the low ammo sound is missing, and it has the incorrect firing animation. And for the high tier AR, it has the same issues as the low tier, but the bullet tracers and low ammo sounds are fine, and also its model is incorrect. Go ahead and play the showcase video that I have right here of the recoil being too high on the standard assault rifle. Let that play out. And I'll also show off this picture right here of the high tier AR's model being wrong. Usually for these, I have like a video where I'm just like running around the fucking weapon and like rotating so that you can see it. But there are a couple of these where AliJax actually provided some very useful graphics right here where you can see that the issue mainly with the SCAR is that its iron sights are incorrect to how it was. If you're wondering when this happened, in Season 2 of the OG mode, they actually fully fixed the SCAR's model and its textures, but then in Season 3, they reverted the model back to the Chapter 2 one, and then kept the textures fixed. Why they did this, I don't know. And you also can't really explain a lot of other changes that have happened in OG either, because a lot of the reasoning behind it is, I don't have any idea. Let's go ahead and move on. The scoped assault rifle, its recoil on controller is too high, and it also has the incorrect scope. Play that. And then for the thermal scoped AR, it has the same first 2 issues as the scoped AR. It has the incorrect bullet tracers, and the aim assist slowdown is too low. I wasn't able to show off that last one, but you can very clearly see the other 2 in here as well. Then we move on to the suppressed assault rifle, along with something right here that I completely forgot that I didn't add yet. The accuracy is too high, the bullets have tracers, the ADS is too zoomed in, it has the incorrect firing animation, and its low ammo sound is also missing. A lot of similarities with the regular assault rifle. Go ahead, play that. These last few might have been pretty long showcases, but don't worry, these next 2 will be very, very quick showcases. I'll just go ahead and rapid fire them. For the AK, the heavy assault rifle, its pullout sound plays way too early, and for the infantry rifle, it has the incorrect bullet tracers. I'll just play both of those back to back. Now we move on to shotguns. Once again, the tactical shotgun's nothing wrong with it, so I'm going to skip over it. For the low tier pump shotgun, the damage at max range is too low. Its accuracy and recoil is 1 rarity better than it should be. The equip volume is incorrect. it uses the Chapter 6 impact sounds on some surfaces, and the client-sided firing sound is too loud, according to the Trello, which I wasn't really able to hear, but it's there on the Trello board, apparently, so I'm just going to trust what Ali has to say, so yeah, you guys know the deal already. Now moving on to the high tier pump shotgun, it has the same issues as the low tier, but the equip sound is fine. Its equip speed is 0.433 seconds when it should be 0.366 seconds. It has the incorrect equip animation, incorrect textures, incorrect firing animation when hip firing, and it does not animate at all when firing or reloading. So I'll go ahead and show off the incorrect textures, this very helpful graph provided by AliJax once again. Because like, in the videos I recorded previously, the ones from like season 7, I believe it was, you could not tell what the difference was just from me showing off those videos, although they looked nearly identical, but this is much better. Now the equip speeds. Now I go ahead and move on to SMGs. First off, with the suppressed SMG, I actually had something here that said bullets have tracers, but then I just remembered, when I was doing my footage that I was getting to record for all these weapons, when I was looking at the silenced SMG in the old Season 7 build that I have, it actually did have tracers, but they're wrong compared to the one in OG. So the OG silenced SMG has incorrect tracers, and it also has the incorrect reload sound effects, which is really weird. I'll go ahead and show that. And then we move on to the compact SMG, or the P90. It has the incorrect model when dropped and the incorrect textures when held. So it's like, I don't know, this one might be a little bit confusing. I just like to explain this one each time because usually there's probably someone who doesn't know what I'm talking about. So when the weapon is dropped on the ground, it uses the Chapter 1 textures on the Chapter 2 model, but when you're actually holding the weapon, it uses the Chapter 2 textures on the Chapter 1 model, which is the most weird bug in this entire game mode. Anyways, it uses the Surgefire SMG's ADS sounds as the incorrect reload animation and also the incorrect bullet tracers. Let's go ahead and play that. Now let's go ahead and move on to these pistols down here. For the regular one, it has the incorrect textures and also the incorrect equip animation. Play that. Then the suppressed pistol, its initial firing accuracy is too high, but it corrects itself once it's near empty in the magazine. It has the incorrect equip animation, incorrect firing animation, and also has bullet tracers. We'll play that one too. Now for the hand cannon, it ejects an extra magazine whenever you reload it, and it also has the incorrect bullet tracers. The first one might be a little bit hard to spot, so there's like a little arrow in the video whenever I'm playing it. I probably played it in the middle of that, so whatever. Anyways, dual pistols, nothing. Scoped revolver, it has the incorrect scope, and also the camera zooms out whenever you're firing it. I'll play that too. Now we get into the sniper category. The heavy sniper has the incorrect scope, its aim-in speed is wrong, it shows its reticle when you're hip firing, and also the reload animation's frame rate is half of whatever your refresh rate is. So I didn't really know that this was the case until I tried to showcase it in like my Season 7 video, because I have my monitors at like a 120 refresh rate, and then when I was going to record it and then edit it, it looked completely fine. So then for these videos here, I just capped my frame rate at 60 for the sake of the recording, and you can very clearly see that the frame rate is very much so just choppy. Next up, we got the suppressed sniper rifle. It uses the Chapter 2 reload animation as the incorrect scope. Its aim-in speed is wrong. The weapon does not animate when being reloaded, and wraps don't work on it. Play that for us. Now moving on to explosives, the rocket launcher. Its spread is wrong, it has the incorrect VFX and the incorrect rocket hitbox. This is actually a very strange bug. I'll go ahead and play the other ones while I'm talking about this. The rocket's hitbox was changed in like a really weird way. What Epic was trying to do, or what the team was trying to do, was fix the model of the rocket, because previously the purple and gold RPG in OG used the Chapter 2 rocket model whenever you would shoot it. So instead of like changing it back to the Chapter 1 model, they copied over the model from Save the World, which does not have rocket riding capabilities with it. So it was just something like they tried to do a good thing, but ended up backfiring on them, which hopefully they'll end up fixing it. Chances are they're probably just going to revert the change, but who knows. Now move on to the grenade launcher. The grenade projectile sounds are incorrect, and it also has the incorrect VFX. Let's play that. Now we get to the other weapons category with the minigun right here. It has the incorrect tracers for the bullets, and there's also no overheat sound here. I'll go ahead and play those. And now we get down with the utility items. First off with the bush. It just generally doesn't work properly most of the time, and it also uses the incorrect model when dropped in more. And I'll play that for us now. If you're wondering how the model is wrong, instead of just using the regular ass bush model, it uses the big bush model from Chapter 2. This is such a weird one. I didn't even know that this was even possible for them to do. I don't understand how this happened. I don't understand how a lot of things in this mode happened, bro. Anyways, Boogie Bomb. Its fuse trail is incorrect, the drop model scale is wrong, and it also has the incorrect equip sound effects. Go ahead and play that. And then we move to the Clinger. Its stack size is 6 when it should be 10, has the incorrect VFX, and also it plays a clicking sound whenever it's equipped. I'll play that, but I think that the video that I have here was recorded before that, because I really wanted to just like try to reuse footage as much as I could, because I didn't want to spend too much time when I literally already had stuff that was fine. But the clicking thing was something that I just forgot about, so sorry. Anyways, let's move on to the Sneak Bomb. As the incorrect sound effects and the drop model quality is really low for some reason. Play that for us too. And then we go on to the Rift to go. We have the incorrect icon, and I'm pretty sure that's about it. Let's go ahead and just throw that up on screen. Get the fuck out of my face. Epic Games spring sale, I don't give a shit. Now we go to balloons. They do not work on vehicles, the rarity grid is missing, and there are no decals on the balloons themselves. I don't think I got a video of the decals missing on the balloons, but Alley Jack has a picture of them, so I'll go ahead and put those here along with the rarity grid. And now we move on to Dynamite right here. It has the incorrect equip and fuse sound effects, has the incorrect explosion VFX. Throwing Dynamite plays a raptor sound for some reason, and the spark of the Dynamite is now located in your ass. I'm not joking. And now we go down to gliders. This was something that I suspected was wrong, but never actually tested until just about a couple days ago. The gliding speed for the itemized gliders is too fast. I'll go ahead and play that for you guys right here. As you can see, you are definitely moving faster with the newer gliders compared to the old ones. And now our final utility item down here that has any issues, the bottle rockets. They can apparently spawn fire according to the Trello, but I didn't see that happen in my games, so I just am omitting that. But I mean, I'm not showing it because I wasn't able to get any footage of it. It could have been fixed and they just forgot to take it off, but who really knows? And also something that I found myself, they can shoot through walls if they're placed close enough. I don't know if this is a bug with regular bottle rockets or if it's just with the ones from OG specifically, but like, look at this shit, bro. I don't know how that... I'll just play the ninja clip.
Look at this shit! How the fuck does this happen?
Now the kind of boring section with the healing item. There's a lot of things that I speculate there's nothing wrong with them, but I don't really know for certain, so I'll just go over the ones that do have bugs or inaccuracies. The shield potion, you heal over time while using it. For Slurp Juice, the item model on the ground is too small. Let's go play that. And for the Chug Jug, it has the incorrect textures and also the incorrect throwing animation. I'll go ahead and show that off. And then finally for the med kit, this one also just has the same healing over time thing as the shield potion. Now we get into the traps. First off with the damage trap, it's missing a lot of sound effects. Friendly traps are not blue, and it's missing its reload animation and sound. I'll play that for us right here, or at least what I have of it. Next up, the Cozy Campfire. It can be stoked and relit as the incorrect model, incorrect fire VFX, incorrect pickup sound effects, and the vehicle healing is 10 times stronger than it should be. Play those for us. Next up for the launch pad, it has the incorrect animation when you jump on it. When it launches you up, it plays some new weird chapter 6 or like I don't know if they're like trying to update it for chapter 5, but it plays some new weird animation. It just shouldn't look like that. Now move on to the mounted turret. It overheats after 50 bullets when it should only be 42, and its rarity grid is missing. Thankfully, the rarity grid is the only thing that I even need to showcase for you guys, so you guys get off pretty easy for this one. Now we get on to vehicles. First off with the shopping cart. Its handling is wrong mainly in midair. The speed when you're boosting is too high, and using a grappler as a passenger just ejects you, but you know, grapplers are vaulted, so this kind of just isn't an issue right now. I'll just play the speed thing. Next up, for the quad crashers, they can't fly, and the boost doesn't consistently break structures. I'll go ahead and play the flying thing. For the boost thing, that's kind of weird to explain. It has like a, I don't know. I was kind of trying to talk to AliJax about it a little bit. Like, I was in his comments confused about, like, you know, you said that the boosting got fixed, but it didn't work for me. Then I showed, like, a clip of it not working for me. And then he went into the files to go ahead and check out what the specifics were. And apparently, you don't break anything if you are not going at least 45 on the speed meter. So, I don't know. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I find that it only really works when you're breaking props. It doesn't really work very consistently at all if you're breaking through just straight structures. Like if you ram into like a wall or like a ramp or floor, that shit is probably not breaking. Next up for the planes right here, the explosion on being destroyed deals 25 damage to passengers when it should be 50 damage. The plane model has a fuel bar. The turret spread is also too low. I'll play those for us. And finally, drift boards. You're going to be happy to hear that I don't actually have any videos of this because the build of Season 7 that I have does not have any drift boards. So, anyways, you cannot reload on them when you're on controller, like the reload keybind doesn't work. Rotating left and right is too slow, I believe is what they said on the Trello, and you cannot rotate at all when you have balloons on. Next up for supply drops, the loot tables are probably still a bit wrong. I know they did like an update sometime in Season 7 where they tried to like localize, or I don't know, make the loot tables as accurate to Season 7 as they felt like. So they fixed a lot of things with the drop rates, but I still think that loot tables on supply drops could be wrong. Anyways, for the supply llamas, they drop 500 of each materials when it should be 200. They grant 20 stacks of each ammo type when it should be 10, and they can spawn rocket ammo. Then for vending machines, they are 33% off, and the icons are extremely stretched out. This is actually a bug that I pointed out to AliJax because I found it on stream and apparently he didn't find it yet at the time of that he was like going through and posting about bugs. And anyways, for building, materials are missing their rarity grid, which I said is a little bit funny because like technically speaking, that would be stupid of them to do because I don't know, materials are used like everywhere throughout every single part of the game, so just changing them for OG is stupid. And then again, I always bring this up as an example, then again, even in saying that, they gave porta bunkers the rarity grid, which doesn't make any sense. So anyways, go ahead and move on to ammo. The stack size of all ammo types except for rockets should be 999. Light ammo's drop size is 20 when it should be 18, and chests drop 2 stacks of ammo, and this makes all pistols give a stack of light ammo, including the deagle, dualies, and scope revolver, which notably do not use light ammo. And also medium ammo drops are extremely inconsistent across all modes. Medium ammo is supposed to have like a spread of dropping 10 bullets in solos, 14 bullets in duos, and then 18 in squads, but it just decides to drop whatever the hell it feels like. It feels like, seemingly. It just picks like one value randomly and then just goes with it. And also ammo's missing a rarity grid. And now for the storm, its clouds are too high up, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's still an issue. I haven't heard anybody say that it's not an issue anymore. Hello. And now a couple more tabs down here. Reboot vans, they have the incorrect sound effects. Rebooted players spawn in the sky when they should spawn on top of the van, and rebooting takes 15 seconds when it should only take about 10 seconds. And now we got the miscellaneous things that are incorrect. The overall UI of the game mode is inaccurate. The time of day manager is very wrong, which makes the mode look like shit in terms of the lighting and stuff. The bots are enabled, skill-based matchmaking is also enabled, the background is shifted slightly to the right, rifts are in the wrong spots, slurp cacti are in the desert, the victory screen is still a bit incorrect, the victory sound effects are partially incorrect, we don't have weekly updates. The interact speed on everything should be half a second. There's lots of map inaccuracies. As I said here, there's too many to list or we'd be here all day. Grass and bushes are wrong. Chests are missing some VFX. Loot pool got partly fixed, but it's still a bit off, as I mentioned earlier. Siphon didn't get added, which is very sad. And icy feet disappear immediately once you step on a different surface. So now that's everything that's currently in the game that's broken that I've mentioned so far. But guess what? You gotta go over some vaulted things. Starting out first with the Zavatron, the base damage is 25 when it should be 50, and its max charge multiplier is 6 when it should be 3. For the Ceiling Zapper, the reload speed is 12 seconds when it should be 5, the same thing for the Wall Dynamo. There's probably nothing wrong with the upwards and directional jump pads. For the Tech 9 SMG, its initial spread is too tight. For the smoke grenades, they are partially see-through when indoors. And for the crossbow, the damage is 85 and 89 when it should be 75 and 79. The fire rate is 0.75 when it should be 0.6. The reload speed is 2.25 and 2.14 when it should be 2.6 and 2.47. Its structure damage is 85 and 89 when it should be 1. The spread is too high and the recoil is too low. I do want to actually say one thing about the Tech 9 SMG. I believe that it got some weird stat changes in Season 4, which are kind of inaccurate to how the gun used to be when it was, like, last in the game, but apparently I saw somewhere that the stat changes it got are accurate to, like, weird, like, test stats that it got in Season 4, so that's the only reason why those are not put up here, too. Next up, the Jetpack and Hot Rocks. There is probably not anything wrong with these. I really don't know. Nobody said anything about them, so I'm just going to go with it. The TAC SMG, its accuracy is wrong according to the Trello. I can't test that right now because the item is unobtainable. The equip animation is wrong. The reload sound is wrong. The near empty mag sound is missing, and it uses the Save the World tracers. And then for the revolver, it uses the incorrect firing animation, and its ADS recoil is too high. Now move on to the blue RPG. It has the same issues as the other RPG rarities, nothing really special. For the blue semi-auto pistol, same as all the other pistol rarities. The drum gun, the mag insert sound plays too early. Its weapon class is assault when it should be an SMG, and the green rarity uses the wrong pickup sound effects. Now for the impulse grenade, the item model on the ground is too small. For the LMG, sustained firing accuracy is too low, the recoil is too high, and the weapon itself isn't animated, so the stand swaying when you run is no longer a thing. For bouncers, the bounce is 25% too strong. Mode explosives, Jesus fucking Christ. Damage is 100 when it should be 70. The detonation sound is incorrect. The time between consecutive explosions is 0.5 seconds when it should be 0.175 seconds. The time between throwing charges is 1 second when it should be 0.15 seconds. As the incorrect sound effects, it beeps when it's placed. The place model has a weird black circle underneath it, and the item model on the ground is way too big. The semi-auto sniper has the incorrect scope. Its rarity is purple and gold when it should be green and blue. The ADS zoom is not zoomed in enough, and it shows its reticle when hip firing. And now, the guided missile, the damage is 105 and 110 when it should be 74 and 77. The structure damage is 315 and 330 when it should be 400 for all rarities. Its fire rate is 0.75 when it should be 1.33. You cannot rocket ride yourself. The missile shows up on the map. It doesn't have a rarity grid, and the rocket doesn't rotate whenever you turn. Next up, the Fiend Hunter crossbow. Its accuracy is too low. Havoc stones. The double barrel shotgun, it does not have structure damage fall off, its accuracy is too low, its equip and reload sounds have pitch variation too. The 6-shooter, its firing sound is wrong. For the Portafort, the stack size is 2 when it should be 5. Shockwave grenades have the incorrect sound effects. The Chiller is missing a rarity grid. The Infinity Blade, you cannot build or harvest when you're holding it. It takes way longer than it should to recover from doing the slam attack. Its structure damage is 600 when it should be 10,000. It's missing a rarity grid, and it's missing the massive beam of light that it has when you drop it. For presence, there's probably nothing wrong with these. Snowball launcher, I already said there's nothing here. For the burst AR, its low tier equip and reload sounds have pitch variation, and for the high tier, the recoil recovery speed is too low, the ADS recoil is too low, and the icon model and textures are incorrect, but the icon that it has in creative mode is fixed because it's a completely different weapon ID. Now for the heavy shotgun, it cannot pierce players, its firing mode is automatic when it should be semi-auto, and it also has the incorrect crosshair. Next up we have just the regular base SMG, as the incorrect model and textures, and its low ammo sound is missing. The bolt action sniper's reload animation is wrong in some really weird ways. The blue rarity uses the heavy sniper's reload animation, and the purple and gold one use the chapter 2 reload animation, as the incorrect scope, incorrect aim in speed, and it also shows its reticle when hip firing. For the quad launcher, it has the incorrect textures and also the incorrect VFX. For the grenade, it has the incorrect sound effects, and also the model when you throw it is incorrect. The grappler grants fall damage immunity. The porta-fortress has the incorrect icon, and the Cupid's crossbow has the same issues as the crossbow that's up there that I just mentioned previously. And now, that is everything in this mode that has been vaulted and is either only in creative or is unobtainable. So let's go ahead and move on to leaked items. Don't worry, there's like barely anything in here because there's only 3 things that are even in the files right now: the flintlock, the boombow, and the infantry rifle. The flintlock and boombow have maybe nothing wrong with them. We can't really see anything else aside from like the just single stat sheet. And then the high tier infantry rifle. The damage scaling is not yet tuned to its hit scan values, which means that the purple and gold infantry rifle do 47 and 50 damage. Even if they were to stay as projectiles, which they like probably were planned to in original season 8, the infantry doing 50 damage is fucking crazy, bro. With a 2x headshot multiplier, the gold rarity does 100 damage per headshot. That is some nutty shit, bro. This shit would have been slept on, but it would have been crazy. And its mag size is 10 when it should only be 8. And now, I promise you, no more bullshit. That is everything in this tab read through. You can see I'm scrolling. The bar can't go down any further. That's it. You can hear me scrolling too. I hope. Maybe. My mic might be able to pick that up. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next part. The Season 8 patch notes. Starting with version 8.0, they added the jungle biome, the pirate cannon, and they vaulted chiller grenades, planes, shopping carts, and golf carts. They updated the hunting rifle's icon, they reduced the SCAR's spawn rate, and they also updated the sound effects of the AR, the pump, and the scoped AR. Campfires now glow when viewed by the thermal AR, and they increased the infinite dab's length from 11 hours to 12 hours. For version 8.01, they added the buried treasure, and they increased the angle you can slide down terrain without taking fall damage from 65 to 75 degrees. They also reduced the infantry rifle spawn rate on floor loot from 2.41 to 2.24%, and in chests from 14.41 to 13.39%. They reduced the clinger spawn rate on floor loot from 1.27 to 1.02%, and in chests from 9.42% to 5.52%, and for some reason it took them this long to vault bottle rockets. Anyways, in version 8.10 they added ballers, they vaulted the gray infantry, and they finally nerfed the AK, which thing had a way longer run than it really should have, but you know, all good things must come to an end. They reduced its rarity from blue, purple, and gold to gray, green, and blue, and they reduced its damage from 44, 46, and 48 to 36, 38, and 40. That is 8 damage knocked off of every single rarity. To this day, I still do not know if any single weapon has ever gotten this crazy of a nerf. Actually, wait. The combat shotgun. I forgot about that. They also rebalanced vending machines in this update, and I also skipped over this change right here. They reduced the clinger stack size from 10 to 6. Now the important thing, vending machines no longer require materials. Claiming an item now destroys the vending machines. They removed the gray and green vending machines, and they also removed the mounted turret from the gold vending machines loot tables. They reduced the buried treasure spawn rate, I guess, because I suppose maybe it was too common. 0.53 to 0.27% on floor loot, and in chests from 3.25 to 1.65%. You can now build immediately after landing from being launched from pirate cannon. You can now dance while holding balloons. You now automatically enter the driver's seat when entering an empty vehicle. They added a unique use animation to all healing items. That's that new shit that we all see all the time nowadays. They added new audio for balloons in air. They reduced the infinite dab's length from 12 hours to 11 hours. Wait, no, never mind. They increased its length from 12 hours to 13 hours. In version 8.11, they added the flintlock pistol, they unvaulted impulse grenades, and also increased their vehicle knockback by 344%, and they also increased vehicle knockback of explosive weapons by 233%. They also increased the scoped AR's damage in this update from 2324 to 2627, the GOAT is back, and also reduced baller spawn rates from 100% to 50%. Then for 8.20, they added the poison dart trap, removed siphon, rebalanced the infantry rifle to be how it is, or almost how it is now, converted it to hit scan, and now has damage fall off, which is the same as the standard rifle values, and they reduced the damage from 45 and 43 to 42 and 40. The buried treasure indicator is now attached to players. They made a couple of quality of life changes to pirate cannons. They made it easier to enter the driver's seat. They increased the explosion radius of the cannonballs and players from 200 to 250 units, and they reduced the knockback you take when firing while driving. They also reduced the purple and gold pump equip speed from 0.366 seconds to 0.433 seconds. They increased the distance you can see explosions. They also increased the lighting contrast in shadowy areas. They increased vibrancy and colors, and they also increased the infinite dab's length from 13 to 14 hours. And then in the version 8.20 content update, they added a boom bow. In 8.30, they added reboot bands, and they also made some more adjustments to the infantry rifle. They reduced its damage from 4240 to 38 and 40, and wait a minute, this is ordered incorrectly. How did I do that? Anyways, reduced damage from 4042 to 3840, and they increased its men damage from 65% to 85%. Now this is the infantry rifle that we all know and love now. Poison dart trap no longer shakes the screen when you take damage from it. Reduce the baller health from 300 to 200, and storm damage now begins after you've been in the storm for 1 second. Version 8.40, they added the purple and gold infantry rifle. The egg launcher now replaces the grenade launcher temporarily. You can now pet pets. They increased the size of the boom bow's explosion VFX, and they reduced the volume of the reboot vans. And then in version 8.50, we have the end game LTM getting added, along with the grenade launcher coming back in place of the egg launcher. Interesting news about this. For those of you that somehow have not seen, the endgame mode is coming back for Season 8, which is the last thing I was expecting to happen. So, you know what? As much as this mode doesn't get updated, I gotta say, thank you to everybody who was involved in bringing this shit back. Round of applause to you. Oh wait, you probably got fired. Never mind. I'm sorry. Anyways, final update of Season 8, version 8.51, they added shadow bombs. And now that is all of the patch notes, everything that was changed in Season 8 that I found relevant. Now we go ahead and move on to things that will be wrong in OG. Today, we have about 53 different predictions that I have, split up between definitely and probably. We'll go ahead and go over the definitely first, as always. The SCAR model is definitely not getting fixed. Any incorrect tracers will not be fixed. The pistol type weapon equip animation will not change. Any incorrect scopes will not change. The pump max range damage will not be fixed. The P90 will forever be in the weirdest state ever. Snipers will not have their hipfire reticles removed. The heavy sniper reload animation frame rate will not be fixed. The bush model will not be fixed. Items with the clicking equip sound will not be fixed. The balloon decals will not be fixed. Gliders will not be fixed. The big pot and medkit healing over time will not change. Campfire stoking and relighting will not be removed. Any trap bugs will not be fixed. Quad crashes will never be able to fly again. Llama drops will not be fixed, and honestly probably shouldn't be. That was a really stupid change. Ammo stacks will not change. Stormcloud height will not be fixed. Reboot vans will not be fixed. The UI will not be fixed. Bots and seal-based matchmaking will not be removed from core OG. The background rotation will not be fixed. Weekly updates will not return. Any incorrect firing animations will not be fixed. The Deagle random mag eject will not be fixed. The Boogie Bomb fuse trail will not be fixed. Dynamite raptor sound will not be fixed. Double ammo spawns and chests will not be fixed. The lighting will not be fixed. Rift spawns will not be fixed. Slurp cacti will remain in the desert. Interact speeds will not be fixed. Grass and bushes will not be fixed. I know everybody loves hearing me talk about grass. I know everybody, no, that's the wrong phrase. I know everyone loves hearing people talk about grass, but like legitimately, as I explained in the previous video, there's a serious reason for this. It's because the old chapter 1 grass has better performance than whatever type of bullshit they're using right now with all these weird effects that have it blending with the terrain. It makes the game run better if they use the chapter 1 grass. I don't see why they changed it. Anyways, nothing currently vaulted will be fixed. The Bungo's draw speed will be 1.25 seconds. There will be some kind of major bug or rigging of the unvaulted event, or unvaulting event, sorry. And there will be at least 4 bugs that are so absurd that we have no idea what could have even caused them. Those are all of my predictions for what is definitely wrong. And now we will move on to the probably tab. Weapons missing their low ammo sound will not be fixed. The scoped and thermal AR controller recoil will not be fixed. The pump accuracy and recoil will not be fixed. The silenced pistol's accuracy will not be fixed. Weapons that do not animate will remain unanimated. The bush item will not get fixed. Epic will forget to update the vending machines by either not making them free or keeping the gray and green runs, or they'll just do nothing at all. The icy feet will not get fixed. Weapons with updated sounds this season will not get updated, which I really, really hope happens. I hope that I genuinely hope they don't change this, because these old sounds that we have are, like, in my opinion at least, so much better. I love these sounds way more than the updated ones. Anyways, and also there's a part 2 to this. If they are updated, they'll be in the wrong way in some way. And anyways, ballers will either have incorrect health or they will use fuel. We are not getting the Easter egg launcher. Shadow bombs will drop in stacks of 2, and returning items in the endgame LTM will have incorrect stats. And now, that is everything in my predictions that will be wrong in the next season of OG. For those of you that are new to this and are unaware of how I do these videos, I make bets with all of you regarding my predictions. If I am wrong about at least 2 things in the definitely category, you guys will win a battle pass. And if I am wrong about at least 6 things in the probably category, you guys will win a second battle pass. So there's 2 battle passes on the line right here. Go ahead and pray that I'm wrong. I'm also praying that I'm wrong because I want to see this mode get fixed. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for somehow watching all of this. If you feel like it, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment down below. You could even go as far as to use my creator code. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. See ya.